Imagine two people having a conversation. They're both typing thoughtful messages, but neither of them actually wrote a word. That's not science fiction. It's real life. And no, I'm not talking about some far-off dystopia where robots run society. I'm talking about today, right now, on our inboxes, on our phones, in our classrooms, our offices, even at the dinner table. We're entering an era where artificial intelligence isn't just a tool we use. It's becoming the quiet voice in the room. Sometimes it's even having full-blown conversations with itself, and we don't even realize it. Let me tell you a story that perfectly sums this up. A few months ago, my dad had an appointment with a nutritionist. Before the meeting, he wanted to make sure he asked smart, thoughtful questions. So what does he do? He opens ChatGPT and types, "What are 10 good questions to ask a nutritionist?" Because of course, none of us here can possibly think of 10 questions all by ourselves. He gets a great list, polished, professional, specific. He copies the list and emails it to the nutritionist a few days before their session. Later that week, she responds back with detailed answers to every single question. Super clear, full of facts and practical advice. She even included some studies and helpful links. But as my dad is going through the email, he pauses. He looks at me and goes, "Wait a second. I think she used ChatGPT too." And you know what? He's probably right. ChatGPT generated the questions and then it answered them. Two humans in between, one AI quietly having a full conversation with itself. That's where we are right now. We think we're having a human interaction, but AI is already in the loop. Not as some flashy robot with blinking lights, but as the quiet author of our conversation. Not as a tool in our hands, but as a ghostwriter in the background, shaping our thoughts, responses, and questions. It's subtle, it's quiet, but it's already changing the way we connect. Here's the funny thing. When people hear the word AI, they often picture robots taking over the planet. Well, let me tell you what AI actually looks like in real life. It looks like me trying to order a pizza online and suddenly being served a targeted ad for a 7-day juice cleanse instead. I'm not even kidding, I clicked on one health video once, one time, and suddenly I was being stalked by green juice. But that's when I realized something. AI isn't just influencing major scientific breakthroughs or automating billion-dollar industries. It's shaping our everyday choices. What we buy, what we see, what we believe, even how we feel about ourselves. And the funny thing is, when it determines how we feel about ourselves, it's having full conversations with itself. These invisible waves of AI, they don't crash in like a tsunami. They creep in, gently and quietly. They're more like a tide, gently pulling at your feet. And by the time you realize it, you're standing somewhere you never meant to go. And the wildest part, it's so quiet, we barely notice it. It's like background music. It sets the tone, influences the vibe, but we forget it's even playing. In fact, researchers found that every 1 in 3 people are unknowingly influenced by AI every single day. I want you to look to your left. Now look to your right. Assuming that both of those seats are taken, that's 3 people right there. So if you've ever made a decision that felt strangely easy, maybe it wasn't just your intuition. Until one day you stop and think, wait, was that last decision really mine? Let me show you what I mean. Recently, a friend of mine started learning how to code. At first, he was super excited. He took online courses, joined Discord servers, he even built some small apps. He felt like he was finally part of something meaningful. But then he discovered GitHub Copilot, which is an AI tool that writes code for you. You type in a couple prompts, and boom, a fully working function appears. At first, he was amazed. "This is incredible," he told me. "I'm writing code like a pro." But after a few weeks, something shifted. He wasn't really learning how to code anymore. He was just curating what the AI wrote. And then one day, he told me something I'll never forget. If AI can build apps better than I can, why would anyone need me? That question hit hard, because today AI is helping him code, but tomorrow it might be the coder. And when that happens, how does the next generation of builders learn how to build? It's a slow decline in basic skills, a dependence that feels convenient at first, but eventually leaves us without the muscle memory and deep understanding we need to innovate. The shortcut becomes the only path we know. Now let's talk about a different kind of pressure. Another friend of mine recently applied for a summer internship. She had the full package: great grades, real-world experience, a polished resume, and a heartfelt cover letter. She clicked submit, and then silence. No email, no interview, no rejection, just static. She follows up with someone that she knew at the company, and they tell her, "Our system filters applications before they're reviewed. Yours didn't make it past the AI." And she's not alone. Today, over 65% of recruiters use AI to screen resumes, often eliminating qualified applicants before they're ever viewed by a real human. It wasn't that she wasn't qualified. It's that her resume didn't hit the right keywords, or maybe the formatting was off, or maybe the algorithm just didn't like the style. And the worst part, no human ever saw it. That opportunity was gone before it ever began, filtered out by a system she didn't even know was there. Now imagine how many other opportunities have quietly disappeared from our lives without us ever knowing they existed. These aren't random stories. They're not rare glitches. They're all part of the same invisible pattern. It starts with convenience, becomes dependence, and then slowly morphs into identity. But identity isn't downloaded, it's developed. It's not shaped in comfort, but in challenge. Just as a river cuts through rock over time, we carve out who we are by pushing against friction, not by avoiding it. Without resistance, we risk becoming smooth but shapeless. Today, AI is your co-pilot. Tomorrow, it might be your therapist, your teacher, your recruiter, or your creative collaborator. And the scariest part isn't that it replaces us. It's that we quietly surrender. We let go of the wheel. And by the time we realize it, we don't even know who's steering anymore. This isn't about fear. It's about awareness. Because the moment we start paying attention, that's when we get our power back. So here's the real question. What part of your life has been shaped by AI without you even realizing it? What thought did you have recently that may not have started with you? What purchase, what opinion, what post? This isn't about deleting your apps. It's not about ditching technology. It's about paying attention. Because once you notice the wave, you can choose how to ride it. So where does this leave us? Because yeah, I get it. Some of this sounds like a lot, like AI is silently editing the script of our life while we're just trying to find the next funny cat video. Well, here's the truth. AI isn't a wave to survive. It's a wave we can shape. This isn't a warning. It's an invitation. Imagine a world where students use AI to solve real problems, not to get out of homework, but to build tools for their schools and communities. Imagine job seekers that aren't filtered out by a glitchy system, but supported by an AI that levels the playing field. Imagine creators whose ideas are amplified, not replaced by these tools. That world is still possible, but only if we stay curious, only if we stay human, only if we stay awake. You don't need to be a tech genius. You don't need to launch a startup. You don't need to go off the grid. You just need to start noticing. Notice when something feels too easy. Notice when a suggestion feels oddly specific. Notice when a voice in your head doesn't quite sound like your own. Because once you notice the wave, you can decide how to ride it. And maybe, just maybe, you can help others see it too. So here's my invitation to you. The next time you use ChatGPT for something super simple, or scroll on TikTok, or ask Siri some random question, stop, smile, and ask yourself, Is this me talking to AI or AI talking to me? And then choose your answer, because the wave is already here, but the future, that part is still ours to write. Let me leave you with some thought. If AI can do everything for us, what will we still want to do for ourselves? Thank you.